Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ERS Elite Racing Series League tonight here at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Getting ready to start off qualifying here in 15 seconds. Joined in the booth with me is Fanta, as always. How are you doing this evening, Fanta?
I'm well. I'm excited for the 12th round of the season. We're getting quite close to the end, and based off the standings, a lot can change. Should be an exciting one, especially at Monza. All these championship contenders go into wheel to wheel. And Qatar last week was so exciting. I think we'll be short on breath after this one.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Especially with the return of Winter, it's going to be interesting. Winter having a quali ban for this race, so not being able to participate in the qualifying, but being one of our faster drivers, going to be interesting to see how he goes from the back of the pack. Ooh. Okie dokie, gonna get everything pulled up here. Tires, track map on.
Just waiting now for drivers to get their setups on. And first out of the pits is a Kick Sauber. Who is that? Is that OMG or is that Gregor?
That is O
That is
King.
O King, sorry, O King. So in qualifying here, it's really about pushing the limits whilst maintaining stability as much as possible. Traction out of this corner is so important. The run all the way through here, picking the right line to make sure you don't scrub any speed, use all the right amount of track. Going into this corner where getting on the throttle to begin with is difficult, the traction zone isn't as long, but to keep mid-corner stability is quite difficult. Through both of the Degners, two quite fast corners again, relying on a lot of stability in it. He looks like this Kick Sauber just wants to get his lap on with. He is not holding back on his outer lap at all.
No, not at all. Seems to be flying through this outlap, that's for sure. Very excited to be running this track. I mean, Monza, one of the most historic tracks on the F1 grid. Pretty fast track here where, I mean, drivers are usually on the throttle 80% of the track, one of the largest or higher out of the most other F1 tracks on the grid.
I'm sorry to cut you up, but he's just starting his lap here. He goes nice and wide so he can get on the throttle early and carry a higher minimum speed. I'm surprised he cut through to the inside. You would want to take the start of the lap on the outside of that corner. But he brakes quite early, flicks the car in, gets the left and right, done nicely, a bit of a snap before he gets on the throttle and a bit more wheel spin as he gets on the throttle, but he handles it. He's got that all in good shape. Up through into turn 3 and 4. These curbs, you've got to attack them, and that looked quite slow on the entry, a bit wide on the exit. Didn't really attack those curbs. He was quite scared of them. You've got to all onto the grass. Ooh, it's turn 1 looked decent, but through here it looks like he's lost a little bit of confidence. He's not really sure where he wants his car to be and where he wants to be braking, you know? Through Ascari, again, it's another corner where you've really got to attack the curbs, and getting back on the throttle through the right-hander can be so annoying whilst you're getting over this curb, but he's got through there quite nicely.
Yeah,
Few
that
yellow flags, but I'm just sure this driver's getting out of the way as into the end of this qualifying lap we go, braking in the 50, turning the car in. Now is when you would want to get on the inside of the track as early as possible. He's going to take the right line, and to start our race off, we have a 1:20.8.
There we go. Two more drivers getting ready to finish their outlap. Coming around Parabolica right now, coming to the start-finish line.
This is the end of Pod Racer's lap, I believe. We don't have an outlap marker on his thing, and he seems to be quite low on battery. Remember, he was fighting for race wins, and just last weekend, and he will go 6/10 clear of the rest of the grid. His teammate Alpha Ellie 3/10 off of O King, and call me Dr. J with another 2/10 improvement upon that. Chase into the pits after his lap, must have disqualified or invalidated somewhere. Godspeed's still in the pits. He's not left for his lap yet. And call me one Jay-Z, the current title hopeful, we'll say, puts in a devastatingly fast 119.6. Can Laser Blast his teammate answer that?
We're about to find out as he comes to the start finish line after his hot lap.
Ooh, not quite. A long way away, in fact. But he does split the grid, and we have quite a full grid, so these P8s are more impressive than a P8 last week. A lot of mess into turn 1.
Yeah, I mean, that turn 1 and turn 2 here on this track, that tight chicane coming out of that fast, or tight chicane after just coming out of that fast, long straightaway is going to cause a lot of drivers some issues throughout this race. Pretty known for being a high yellow flag area.
Maybe you have a few drivers starting from the back here. I know Godspeed is a reserve, a regular, and was amongst the fastest of the regulars when he was in the league. So I'm not sure if he just plans to start from the back and see what he can pick up with his first appearance in a very long time, or if he just plans to go out really late. We have Chase out now with the pits, but I'm not sure what the strategies here are. Are people just going again? Are people going in the pits? Are we seeing 2 cool laps?
Yeah, I mean, every driver went out all at once. We should have a lot of drivers making their way into the pits now, and it looks like we do. Chase getting ready to start his first hot lap, coming to the start finish line here in a couple of turns. Looking pretty smooth through there.
I wonder where he invalidated last time. Let's keep an eye out to see if he's kind of just pushing the limits, or did he even just make a mistake and he lost it all in a mistake? He's looking quite planted, confident through Parabolica as he gets ready to set his lap. Hopefully Chase here stays wide to start his lap. He does. Opens the DRS and up the revs we go. They just keep climbing. The engine keeps screaming at you. You want to attempt braking as late as you can. He nails it over the curves into turn 1. So much confidence to snap on the exit turn 2, and it's everywhere, and that's a crash. Oh.
Then we have Logan getting ready to start another hot lap.
First driver we've seen really attack. Ooh, I don't know what that was. But yeah, Chase there, the first driver we've been on board with, is really like gone to attack the curbs into turn 1 and 2. And that is the key, but as you can see, it will unsettle the car so much. You'll gain so much lap time from cutting as much of the track as possible. But on the exit, your car will be very unstable, and it takes a driver to manage that.
Oh no, I mean, I completely agree. Mistakes are easily punished on this track. Most of these corners, you know, we do have 11 corners on the track. Most of them including very high, large curbs and tight chicanes. So you got to either attack, you got to find the happy medium between getting up on that curb but not too much. And that's where these lap times will be found.
Pod Racer, a bit out of sync with the rest of the grid. He started to go out straight away, not out of sync in a bad way. I don't necessarily believe he'll catch any traffic, but he's going a lot earlier than some of his compadres on the grid.
Let's see what he has here. Is he going to make a pit run on his? Nope. He gets on the gas hard here.
Blasting out of Parabolica, making sure that, at this line always surprises me when drivers take it. But you're maybe losing hundredths, if not thousands per second. It's not too deep, but braking late, really committing over the curves in turn 1, dealing with the loose rear, the wheel spin on the exit. You can hear it just screeching in the background as he builds up those revs. He goes through nicely. He's already got out of the way of a lot of traffic. The traffic getting out of the way of him. Braking early into here, attacking the curbs. That's the line you want. And he looks so stable on the exit. He's got a lot of time to fight. He is 6/10 off of provisional pole.
I mean, looking pretty
Both
solid.
segments, still looks like he's pushing. He's not leaving much. You can hear it all in the car from the rear tires through the engine. And Ascari's so fast, you have to attack it so hard. He was a little bit cautious on the turn into the left there, but takes up all the curb, getting back on the traction on the right before finally going up through here to Parabolica.
Very hard through
Use
Parabolica.
up all of the track on the entry. It seemed to affect his mid-corner. Didn't get the apex he would have wanted. And oh, he'll go closer, 2.5 tenths off. And honestly, Greg, I think there's 2.5 tenths in that lap.
Oh, no. Easily 2.5 tenths to be making up there.
A more aggressive Sector 3 would suit him nicely.
Alrighty, do we have any other drivers getting ready to start their outlap?
We have only Dr. J now, who is 2 tenths splitting him in P2 and 2 tenths splitting P2 and P1. So we've got to find 4 tenths here. But even 2 tenths will recover him back into P2.
Ooh.
And that McLaren is in awkward position. The rear will go on him on the turn in, and I wouldn't be surprised if he backs out of that lap. Based off his battery, I think he will be. That's unfortunate. The McLaren coming out of the pits. Not much you can do about that, but
yeah, just wrong place, wrong time, unfortunately, for that McLaren.
He is still pushing. Look at his battery here. He is still pushing on. I wonder if he's seen green or if he's not as far off as he thought he would be.
I mean, let's see where he ends up here.
Let's see the difference between their Sector 3s. Let's see how aggressively Dr. J can cut this inside curb. He's quite generous with it, a lot like Pod Racer, and he'll go wide, but that's fine. It didn't look like an invalidation. It looked like his front left there was still just inside the circuit. I'm still not sold on this being an improvement, and if it is an improvement, I am curious to see how much more time we can still find out of Dr. J.
And here we go.
It is! It's so close with a messed up turn 1 like that. I think P2 is easily on the table. And speaking of provisional pole, give me 1JZ is now out.
See if we get any improvements from give me 1JZ here.
As we go on board with JZ through his outlap, the field spread is quite big, but they're in clumps. It's almost as if these guys are in their own little clusters of time. You see the guys in the 119s, and then P4 and P5, not P4, P5, and P6, all super close to each other in terms of time. This is really telling for the Grand Prix, and then from there we have P7, P8, and P9 all close together. There's a lot to play for. We have people like Future CSM who are so far off the pace. There's so much easy time for them to be found, so you can see where they'll shoot up. Chase, after his first valid lap with no mistakes, no crashes, will go P4. That should be confidence inspiring considering what he's been through. Will he have time? Will he have tyres? Will he have fuel? Will he have battery to do one more lap without pitting? We'll see, and even if he does pit, he's quite far away from the pit, so let's hope he makes it in time. I think he will. He'll have plenty of time.
Here we go.
1JZ starting his lap. Braking much later than the other drivers already. Kind of missing the apex into turn 1, but look how he gets the car turned into turn 2. The rotation is beautiful. He turns the wheel back out, straightens it up as he gets on the throttle. No complaining from the rear there. So stable. And a little bit tentative, keeping the minimum speed a bit lower, but he's out of there nicely, and that is a nice Degner. Look how cooked up the car is. That looks beautiful. On the run down here, the straight before Ascari. I want to see how confident our provisional pole sitter is through Ascari. He'll say a lot about, oh, see there? See how much more he cut that inside compared to every other driver? and it pays off. The minimum speed through the next two corners is beautiful. He looks stable, and even into Parabolica here, using so much more track than P2 Pod Racer did. He'll go wide a little bit on Parabolica, won't clip up that apex, but it's not the worst corner for that to happen. He will improve. He 194. Good job. He's now pulled 4/10 clear of P2 and P3. They have a lot to find on their final laps.
Here we have the stake of Grego completing his hot lap. Let's see if he gets any improvement. And the others...
He's right up there. He could easily try get Chase here. And the question is, will Chase have a chance to respond? I believe so, but he's starting his lap. My fault. I thought that was him coming to the end of it, so saying no improvement.
I thought he was coming to the end of it. There was no signal that he was on his outlap, and that is my mistake. But here we go.
Turn 1. Still nice on turn 2. The little bit short shifting going on. Probably the revs climbing a little bit faster than he was ready for, but it's fine. That looks super confident into the entry. That might be the bravest entry we've been on board with yet into turn 3. Well, turn 4, sorry. Kind of going wide, giving these apexes just a little bit of distance. Not exactly hooked up, but it seems fine. It doesn't seem to have affected his minimum speed, car's handling, or anything like that. And that was a very clean Ascari. Nowhere near as aggressive as we've seen from 1JZ, but super clean. He's running very low on battery here. How hard will the Sector 3 hurt? Once you're below 20%, even in qualifying mode, your deployment is less effective. You get less out of your battery use, and yeah, he's just going into the pits.
Chase.
Now, Pod Racer, Chase, and Call Me Dr. J, all looking for a chance to respond. Let's go on board with Chase. He was the closest to starting his lap.
Here we go.
And he starts it again. Let's see. This is only his second lap, remember. His first 2 laps ended in somewhat tragedy, you know. He's got a lot of time to find here, a lot to prove, and he's looked confident in every single one of his appearances. Just a bit shy on luck. And there is a car. I love Monza for this. They want to stay out of the way, and that's the line they choose. Although this dirty air in turn 4, I'm sure will not be appreciated.
That might be an invalidation.
And it was, oh no. It's a yellow flag. We can't quite see if Chase has time to respond. Gold Killer up to P2. Wow, massive lap from him. I was not expecting that. I thought this P2 battle would have been between Dr. J and Pod Racer. Dr. J looking quite good. I love it when these drivers use up all the track, especially on X. Oh, as soon as I say that, that is perhaps too much track.
And then I believe he has the Mercedes of Pod Racer right behind him as well. 3 minutes left in the session.
Direct car he's racing. It's over. Everyone who is on a lap now, this will be their last lap. Dr. J has been so good at judging his exit through Ascari there. It's a really important corner to get right.
And a 5 place.
Just after securing that P2, a great P2 at that, only 1/10 behind our pole position. Oh, Dr. J imports his lap. Pole position. 2/10 clear of championship hopeful 1JZ, but 1JZ, is he on a fast lap, or is he recharged and gone again? You are on board with the wrong Ferrari. He's recharged and he's gone again, I believe. I don't think he's going to be going to the pits here. Does he have an answer? It's 2/10. He's got to find 2/10. He can't. It's no improvement. Pod Racer, pole position. JZ on those 4-lap old softs. I'm not sure what the strategy was there when the pace was so clear, but Pod Racer playing the qualifying game perfectly. 119.2. 2/10 clear of the provisional pole position sitter for most of the session, and separates himself from that pack that I was putting him amongst at the start of qualifying.
And
Godspeed and Winter. Winter, obviously, with the qualifying bad, it is Godspeed who's decided to not set a lap here. And there's a lot of chaos, especially at Monza. We have a very, very full grid today.
that is
One of the
exactly
fullest grids
that is exactly what I'm
we have
looking at.
seen in
I
this
mean,
long time.
we have Winter with the quali ban, unfortunately, one of our fastest drivers, and Godspeed, one of our fastest drivers from season one, starting in the back of the pack as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two perform throughout the race. Are they going to be on pace and catching with the leaders? We'll have to find out. And that is the
And
end of our qualifying session.
A back of the pack start enjoyer yourself. You know how these races go. You kind of know how to benefit off of chaos. I'd say perhaps better than anyone in this grid. A lot of the fastest people, they start at the front. They're not really involved in the chaos. But you, when you race in this league, Greg, you like to start from the back. You like to take your time. You like to capitalize on others' mistakes, which are going to be prone in this track.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, if I'm being 100% honest, that comes back from my iRacing days trying to save safety rating to get promotion points into the next season. But yeah, starting in the back, you can start in the back easily, just turn the laps that you want to turn, and then as the other drivers in front of you make mistakes or they crash, you capitalize on those. You're far enough back where you have the reaction time so you don't get caught up in the mess. And you can see it too when it's coming, like especially on
You
a track
kind of
like this.
read it. Or through the body languages of the cars, sometimes you can see the crashes happening before they even happen, and it will take drivers like that with a great race IQ and not just pace to be able to come through from the back. And I think Windsor does have great race IQ, and so does Godspeed.
Oh, yes, I completely agree with you. Now, our drivers are getting warmed up. We'll give them 2 minutes to adjust their setups. And while they adjust their setups, let's talk race strategy here. I mean, definitely going to be a one stop race for this track. Going to see multiple different strategies coming into play. Going to be interesting to see what the drivers do. They can go with a more balanced, safe option with the mediums to hard. And then, but with that turn one chaos starting off, we could see a couple of safety cars coming out on this track. Very common to see. So will we see drivers going for a more aggressive, soft to hard approach?
The question is for as drivers in quotation mark is mainly Winter. Godspeed, he hasn't raced in a long time, and I know personally that he hasn't even practiced for this. He was free and he decided to hop on and race. So uh let's not put too much pressure and hope on him. But on Winter, we can, and Winter's strategy will be very telling. Does he start on a medium, which a lot of the pack will, let's be honest. It won't really put him on too much of a different strategy. Maybe you can pull off a bit of an undercut on said medium, or does he completely switch it up starting from the back? Does he go on a hard and aim for a crazy overcut and then come back really strong in a final stint on the soft or medium, low fuel? Or does he get the pacey attire on high fuel out of the way first? Does he want to capitalize on being on softs and make as many moves as quickly as he can before he pits, or the complete opposite?
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what Winter has in store, along with our one and two drivers of Pod and Give Me One JZ. Both of those drivers' strategy going to come into play as well.
Give
Here
me
we
one
go.
we are starting. It will be a
The formation lap.
formation lap. But I wouldn't be surprised if Give Me One Jay Z wants to start on those softs if Pod is starting on mediums, and can you bring the tire information up?
Yep, getting ready to pull that up right now. See what these drivers are on. Tires looks like a lot of hards and
Both
mediums.
starting on hards. Almost the entire field starting on hards. It's Godspeed at the back that is going to be on the aggressive strategy, and Dr. J as well. You know, we saw last weekend that as much as I thought, and I asked these drivers both after the race for clarification, if a lot of their overtakes in Qatar, Pod Racer and Jay-Z, were just processional, just trying to make sure that the race was going to end in a 1v1 as opposed to battling the whole way and factoring other drivers and other luck that you just don't want. But no, they really were pushing for it. And Dr. J starting on these mediums, he could really throw a spanner in the works. If they go for it from lap one with each other, Dr. J, if he finds the right time, if they make a mistake going to wheel, could potentially pull a gap here. And without DRS, everyone behind you is DRS will be constantly overtaking each other and fighting. It helps you pull that gap.
Oh, yeah, I completely agree. Now, I do want to mention before the start of this race, I did speak with Pod Racer and Give Me One Jay-Z, both of them discussing how they will work together to pull as much distance from Winter as possible, because they have complete faith in him making his way to the front of this pack. So they were discussing working together and pulling as much space away from him as possible.
The drivers lining up on the grid here now, and just quickly, how could you not factor out a driver like Winter? I mean, there are a lot of drivers with their own compelling storylines. Pod Racer, after a first win in his own league, Jay-Z looking to reclaim the championship, Winter, Alpha LE looking for a podium, Chase looking for a podium. It's all going to kick off once these five lights go out.
And here we go as we get ready to start the race. And we are off. Ooh. Couple of drivers losing it early.
A massive mistake from, oh no, Dr. J with an amazing qualifying. That mistake is going to be punishing it. Oh, the kicks out for cutting all the circuit. He's going to have to give those back. There's so many accidents, so many spins, just as we called Greco with an immediate penalty and dropping all the way to the back of the field. Pod Racer gaining here. And oh, the one that suffered the most, Give Me One Jay-Z. If he suffered any damage, that could be brutal. He's still wheel to wheel. He's still fighting. Look how much Winter has gained. Look how much Godspeed has gained. And Godspeed on the medium, if he can just find his rhythm, could be lethal all the way up to the podium. He has proved before he has the pace of drivers at Pod Racer. Can he find it now after so long off the grid?
That is incredible. I mean, and that's just the thing about Monza here. You know, you talk all this strategy, you talk the driver's positions, but all it takes is that turn one and turn two to just switch everything up.
I mean, to finish first in a race, Greg, first you have to finish. And races are rarely won on lap one, but they can often be lost on lap one.
And here we go.
Give Me One Jay-Z, not looking like he's suffering too much from damage, putting a lot of pressure on Alpha LE, and Godspeed making the move on Chase, or attempting to make the move on Chase into turn one. Can he get it done? Oh, Winter now profiting from both of it. How did he get through there? There's a yellow flag of what's just happened. Can we go on board with Jay-Z as he goes for an attempted move on Alpha LE? There's so much fighting. There's a mistake and a spin. The spin from Chase. There's been another contact in the background. Winter up to P6, and now you understand why Give Me Jay-Z wanted to run away with Pod at the start of this race. He has already taken one, Jay-Z. His race IQ, his car placement has allowed him to profit off of all of these. And now he's put a car in between himself and give me one, Jay-Z. One, Jay-Z looked on the cusp of overtaking this car before, but can he do it again, and can he do it quickly? He has to stay close to Winter. This Alpha LE already drops off the back of Winter. Pod Racer completely gapping Gold Killer in P2, and Laser Blaster barely holding on to P3. Take it away, Greg.
Alrighty, yeah, no, a lot of good racing coming out here right now. Winter capitalizing on the early mistakes from the other drivers like we were talking about earlier, making his way up into 5th place. Give me one, Jay-Z overtaking, trying to get back to Winter in that Aston Martin. Making up plenty of time as well. I wouldn't count any of these drivers out yet.
Godspeed makes the move on Alpha LE as well. There's a lot of movement in the middle of this pack. Future CSM already with a penalty. Unlucky. He knew he pits. It just happens. If judging, especially on a track like Monza where you're carrying so much speed into the pit lane entry, and you know you're so greedy, you want to brake as late as possible to get in every mile per hour. It happens. And even though Laser Blaster is DRS here, he's looking very vulnerable into Ascari, but Winter knows better. He knows it's not smart to make that move. And Laser Blaster's going to have to cling on here for dear life. Hope he doesn't get dropped, because the only thing saving him here is O-King's DRS, and he's about to lose it. 9/10, he won't really have the slipstream to back him up here. He will only have the DRS, and I wouldn't be surprised if Winter has just played his cards better and that just has more battery. And starting from the back, you know, not being able to partake in qualifying, running a really low downforce setup makes sense. You just need to make the moves, and you need to make them quickly and easily. As he tries to dive down the inside, goes deep, will push Alpha LE, but look, give me one, Jay-Z. Finally, he's seen a break after a terrible start. He has got through ahead of his teammate and ahead of title rival Winter, who has fallen back behind Godspeed. The moves are so unpredictable. You just now need, if you're in a position like Jay-Z's, you need to put your head down and pull away. You know you are faster than the car behind, and you need to prove it now. You don't want to be caught up in the DRS bullshit that's going on behind you. You want to be catching O-King, and you want to be scoring as many points over Winter as possible.
Oh, yes, I completely agree. I mean, a lot of movement, a lot of exciting racing coming out of all of these drivers. Gold Killer even starting to make up some time against Logan up there in the front.
And he is. Winter back through on Godspeed. Go on board with them. They're two very strong drivers. Or I'm sure that
Ooh, Godspeed looking to make his move.
The inside is Godspeed. He doesn't want to give up this position. Winter's got it, but they're both such good, respectful, clean. They're gonna have to part ways. Godspeed has been boxed in. Down the inside goes Winter on Laser, forced into the gravel, but it doesn't matter. Godspeed has found the space, and so is Alpha LE at the back. 3 wide through this curve. Oh, Godspeed seems to be leading it, but Slipstream's he's done it. It's Alpha LE and Laser Blaster, teammates of the 2 title contenders, now wheel to wheel. Godspeed has lost a little bit of time to Winter, and Winter has evolved so much over the past season. That's going to take a lot from Godspeed, even on these mediums, to try and keep up with Winter and maintain DRS.
A lot of excitement.
And he seems to be doing it. The DRS is so powerful.
Did we miss an incident with Gold Killer? Gold Killer from 2nd to 8th place.
A spin of some sort. I didn't see a yellow flag. I have no clue. But that has promoted one Jay-Z onto the podium and almost onto P2.
Yeah.
And what Jay-Z is going to hope to get past O-King cleanly here and hope that Oking kind of ruined Winter's day a little bit. He's going to be wanting this podium just as bad as Winter is, and he's going to fight him just as hard. And that's going to cost him a little bit of time, but not too much time, because 7/10 in one corner gains Winter. Wow, and he's almost dropped Godspeed in that as well. I wonder what happened with Gold Killer.
Yeah, definitely going to have to take a look at that after the race or whenever we get a chance.
There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. There's been a mistake by one of the Red Bulls.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, he seems to have completely stopped. How bad is this? Is this a spun? Will this be a safety car? Will it be a VSC?
Looks like he's back to going now. And then another incident with the Alpine.
Call me Dr. J, Pitton. He's, after that 5-place grid penalty, he's been a bit silent on these opening 6 laps. An early pit stop from him as well.
And
Winter chasing Oking, and Jay-Z is gaining on Pod Racer. Just bit by bit, not massively, but he's doing it, and he's also keeping that gap to Oking relatively similar. And now this is what you want. You want Winter to not be able to get past Oking the first time he has DRS. You know Oking is slower, and Winter's just going to be stuck behind him in this dirty air with not many good places to overtake without going for a stupid lunge. This whole lap you're saving, planning, and plotting really to make a move into turn 1. But a mistake like that might open the door for Winter, but he's not going to be stupid. He's not going to be testing. He's not going to test it. He knows his limits. And this might be an overtake done before Ascari, which is not what you want to see. But maybe the kick-out was saved by this lap car, but it just doesn't look like he had the run, the battery. Winter knows if he can get the job cleanly through here. Oh, a
3-second penalty. I saw that too.
Yep, I saw it just before the penalty went up.
Taking a little bit too much of that corner. But now let's also point out in these last 3 laps that we've had, give me one Jay-Z taking 2 seconds off of that gap to the leader.
He's gained a second in the last lap since I spoke about it. And I said he was doing it bit by bit. No, he's doing it massively. Pod Racer with a phenomenal pole. He's managed to lead from pole. He's done a really good job at controlling this race, but can he maintain it throughout it? I mean, now it is looking like it's going to be between Winter, Jay-Z, and Pod Racer to win it on track. I mean, we spoke about the undercut here. It's so powerful, Greg, right?
Oh, yes. I mean, the undercut definitely coming in to play here. I mean, the effectiveness of the undercut being so strong here at Monza, you can easily gain a 1.5 to 2 second advantage if you time this right. Fresh tires.
Why from Winter? Winter is struggling. Let's go on board with Godspeed here, because this looks like a promising battle. You know, Oking is not that far behind Winter, and if Godspeed makes this over to Godspeed currently, I don't know if you noticed, has a podium gifted to him. He doesn't even have to make this on track, but every driver has pride, right? Every driver wants to make it on track. I'm sure if it's gifted to him, he will take it on track. But now he just needs to chill. He needs to hope that Winter doesn't pull a 3-second advantage on him, and he's good. And he pits early from these mediums. He's going to go hard until the end, I believe. Or maybe a double medium. And what was that? That looked like a big mistake from someone through a scar. Was that through turn 1? The kick Sauber being pushed off? What happened there? Was that at the back with Gregor? Was that a mistake? Or was that contact? I barely just saw that in the flash.
Well, it looks like he has recovered. Godspeed into the pits. I know we were discussing that a little bit ago, coming onto the hards pretty early.
I think it's a genius move to go on the pits. He sees both cars in front of him in penalties, right? And he's already inside both of the cars' penalty window. He pits early, he gets that undercut, and he starts to completely negate that that deficit. The undercut here isn't as strong as if he was going from hards to mediums, but he's on much younger hards than the rest of the grid. And he's found himself a nice pocket of clean air to come out to, most importantly. If he can manage his battery well, if he can not get any penalties, and he can keep it clean, he'll be chilling.
Oh yes,
Chase with the fastest lap.
he's he is setting a fastest lap on these mediums, and that's the
Pretty
thing
young mediums.
that with this track and having these tight chicanes, I mean, fresh tires being an advantage for sure here. The long straights, the tight chicanes, so much time, so much more time can be made up on a set of fresh tires than they can on a 9 lap old tire.
I mean, on this track, it really comes to looking after those rears and how set up a mistake through there after a penalty. Who was that? I can't even tell. It was a ghosted car, and it's not anyone getting lapped or going down the order of the grid. So it seems yellow flag though. Hopefully they can recover it. Yellow flag will be going any second now, and it's gone. Pardon me, but as I was saying, the degradation really comes from the rear here. You need to look after the rear tire, and you need to make sure you have your car with a lot of oversteer, but keep it stable. Because if you start to lose that rear, through corners like Degna, Ascari, Parabolica, you'll be sliding everywhere. You get so much wheel spin. You'll lose so much time. You'll put so much heat into the tires. You'll start to rip the surface of the tire. It is not good at all. And like coming into turn one here with Jay-Z, who since Pod Racer has pitted now onto fresh mediums, will be leader of the race, will take control of the race. As you go through on the exit of turn one, you're lighting up those rears on traction. It's so easy to get wheel spin, and that's why so many cars spin. And through here, the rear will keep you stable. You're looking to keep it. The traction isn't. The traction zone isn't as long, so you're looking for the rear to keep stability. Same through Degna, Ascari, and Parabolica.
Oh yes, I completely agree. Gonna be seeing a lot of drivers start to pit here now that we're 10 laps onto these hards. Is that pit window
Oh my
opening
God.
up?
I'm an idiot. They are not. I've been calling them Degna the entire race, and I've only just realised. Lesmo. My apologies, chat.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I've only just realised it's Lesmo. Oh no.
And give me one Jay-Z into the pits.
Jay-Z into the pits. Has Pod Racer successfully pulled off this undercut? Jay-Z responding as soon as he can. And
Winter speeding into the pits.
Such an important race for him. He has the pace to do it. But now with 13 seconds of penalties, he's going to be suffering. Let's stay with Jay-Z here now as we've raced to turn one against Pod Racer. Has Pod Racer made the move? Can he do it? Oh, he's done it. Pod Racer clear into turn one. He hasn't pulled a second in front with the cold tires and the better line. Can he pull a second? He can. He's done much better than Jay-Z getting out of that corner. Obviously so. Better line, warmer tires. But how much can he take advantage of these warmer mediums? Perhaps a two-stop on these mediums. It's quite hardy to go on these mediums and dump those hards.
Yeah, we could be seeing a hard, medium, soft exchange maybe coming into play here.
Doors are open for a safety car, and look how much of the grid has penalties. Just keeping it clean at this point will promote you up the grid. Godspeed, let's go on board with him. He looks ready to make the move on winter, on track. He has the warmer tires. He's pulled off the undercut. I told you he's negated this penalty. He's cleanly through winter, cannot fight that. Plus with the 30-second penalty, it doesn't make sense. Same with O-King. And Pod Racer has a penalty too.
3 seconds.
Jay-Z has won this on track. Godspeed has to catch up, and on his first appearance, he can win this.
It is
His
definitely
first
possible.
appearance in a long time, he can win this. Wouldn't that be a story? Starting from the back, taking advantage of the chaos. But he's losing time to Jay-Z, and it makes sense now. He's on the harder tire, younger tire, and sorry, the older tire. Jay-Z on a much younger tire, 1 lap old, that will be coming up to 10th now, and he can start putting the pressure back on Give Me One Jay-Z, whilst Winter can also try do the same. There's a battle for a lead, but the battle in P3 doesn't matter. Thank you. Let's go on board with P1. There's penalties on the line for the battle of P3. It's not going to be decided on track regardless.
Yes,
But this,
and we did see the same thing last week, though. Logan getting the penalty first, getting that 3 second penalty, and then it all changed when Give Me One Jay Z followed that up with getting a 3 second penalty himself.
Mhm. We both know they're such aggressive drivers and they love to race each other. And
Yeah,
it can kind of be to their detriment, especially now when, like we said at the start, well, you said at the start of this race with some great insight, their plan was to pull away from Winter, but Winter has shot himself in the foot here, even though he's absolutely flying right now. As you can see, he's even dropped Godspeed out of his DRS. One Jay-Z with the move as well. Oh, he's ghosted there for a little bit. Will Pod try fight this back? He won't. And let's just see how they continue racing from here on out. Because their goal was to pull away from Winter. But right now, Winter is absolutely rapid. He just gained 7/10 through turn 1. And not that, he's got 13-second penalty. You'd have to get ahead of both of them and then drop 13 seconds on them in 13 laps. So it's not
yeah.
looking very likely. So it opens the door now for Jay-Z and Pod to run back last weekend and race wheel to wheel and really go for it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely some exciting stuff coming from both of these drivers. Give Me One Jay Z in first, Pod Racer second, Winter in third, Godspeed fourth, O King fifth. Our top five, very strong drivers. And they are leaving a lot of excitement on the table for us this evening.
I mean, Godspeed here, his first appearance in so many races. Starts from 18th, I believe. No, 16th, right?
16th, yes.
Currently in P4. And yes, he's off the pace of Winter, who is our championship contender, but he's our championship contender with 13 seconds of penalties. And look how many penalties Godspeed has. None. He's done a
Zero.
fantastic job to keep it clean on his first race here. And one Jay-Z is pushing. You can see he is really getting close to those track limits, using all the track he can. He is faster than Pod Racer right now. He feels it and he knows it. But the DRS is so strong.
I mean, yeah, 3 DRS zones on this track, both of them very long straightaways. The DRS on this track goes absolutely insane.
And I might have been wrong about Jay-Z being faster because look how close Pod is coming into Parabolica on the exit now. Can he get it done? DRS open, half a tenth between them. Has he got the battery? Has he got the top speed to get this done? He's getting so close into turn 1, but will he run out of room? He will. He's just 50, 100 meters short of being able to make that move.
Ooh.
Oh, and a spin from the boy Danny, unfortunately. That was not just it just happens, like I said. It's such an understandable mistake with lighting up the rears like that. It's
Yeah, you almost have to short shift into that corner and go through it a little bit slower than you want to keep those tires from spinning.
and with some drivers, they're probably already unstable when they start to turn into turn 2. let alone before they get some understeer, which then they try to make up for by like jamming on the throttle, lighting up the rears, spinning, or just clipping the curb a little bit, being unstable, not quite having the steering wheel straight, not quite judging how balanced your car is before you get on the throttle, and things just go wrong from there.
Oh yeah.
Chase so many it's so tempting on this track. Silverstone's another one. They're just so tempting on certain tracks.
That's the thing about these curves that we were discussing earlier. There's a fine line between shaving 2/10 off your lap and gaining some speed and going airborne on these curves.
Exactly.
But these drivers, none of them wanting to give it up. Ooh, I heard a little bit of a smack
Me too.
into turn 1 and 2. I'm not sure where that came from. It doesn't look like any struggles through turn 1 and turn 2. Very interesting stuff.
I mean, if one Jay-Z cannot make the same mistake as last time, I think will there be another pit stop up for grabs?
I definitely think so. I mean, we had drivers pitting after 10 laps, 10 to 12 laps on the hards, and now we're slowly approaching that on the mediums. We might just see one more pit stop come into play.
Oh, and if you take... Oh, I forgot Winter has 13 seconds of penalties, not 3. He has not dropped Godspeed out of his penalty window. My fault.
No, completely understandable mistake there. But I mean, as we enter this, what I believe to be our second pit window, we should see some of these drivers mixing up. Give me fighting hard to maintain that position.
Sorry to cut you up, but just as we've just seen it, it looks like Pod is just running out of room by the slightest bit. He's running out of meters. He's running out of distance. He can realistically get close enough to send it down the inside. Just slightly. That DRS isn't giving him enough. He may not have a big enough battery advantage. Or you can see through Lesmo, Give Me Jay-Z is charging. Both cars are recharging through Lesmo there, actually. And I guess they're going quite similar on ERS strategy. So without a crazy different wing, I'm surprised the DRS is so powerful here. The slipstream is just so powerful in this game. Oh, what was that? Was that Pod Racer making a mistake in the background?
That was Pod Racer.
No.
What happened there?
Oh no.
Just came flying off the track.
Was it a mistake? Was it a snap? I wouldn't... That just looks so unnatural. I would go as far as saying that was like a technical delay. It must have been a snap that just sent him straight on, or it was some sort of technical fault. He's going to have to pit to get rid of this front wing. It's completely damaged. It's going to be a really long pit stop. But thankfully, he's been so much faster and so much clearer consistently of the rest of the grid. He'll still come out decently in the points. He's going mediums till the end. He will be rapid here, and he'll do his best to make the undercut. He is roughly, when he comes out of the pit, I would say, and it's wait for him to come out of the pit before I can
Godspeed collecting a penalty as well. So, I mean, Give Me One Jay-Z could safely pit here as well.
Give Me One Jay-Z, if he goes without any penalties, he's driver of the day. I mean, actually, before I go too far, I was going to say keep an eye on Call Me Dr. J going for the one stop, but he's so far back off P7, it would have to be a... Oh no, P7's just pit. Dr. J could go for an absolutely heroic... Even then, I don't think he could with this 14-second gap. It would have to be... Ooh. He's already going to cut off Pod Racer. He doesn't want to risk it. He knows how powerful the...
We can get a quick pit stop, Cam.
He'll be fine. He'll come out very clear over Pod Racer.
Fantastic pit stop.
You know, he's nailed his entry. Great driver. He never really tends to make mistakes. And yeah, I mean, look on the mini map. Look where Pod Racer is. It's not close at all.
Ooh, I
Oh,
mean,
that's
give
such
me
a
one
shame.
Jay-Z almost falling out of that 13-second window to Winter. He's going to have to push hard here, but I believe
Oh, there's no way
Winter.
he doesn't. Winter would have to be. He's already. Winter
I
would
mean,
have to keep the same interval. He would have to lose no more than about 2/10 a lap in order to stay ahead here.
and then
But
let's.
he's on fresh mediums against old hards. And Winter, maybe he's found his rhythm. I mean, he's been setting a lot of the fastest laps. He's looked very good post these mistakes. It looks like he has locked in somewhat, but
Are we going to see
he's
a
gonna have to
pit
be.
stop out of Winter? I mean, he's 8 laps onto these hards. We've been seeing these hards go for 10 to 12 laps. Is he going to? Oh,
I
and into
think.
the pits he goes.
I think Winter's only real chance here of winning this was staying out and hoping that just that crazy pace advantage he showed in Austria, he showed in Silverstone, would do him favors here and give me Jay-Z a 13 keep giving me Jay-Z 13 seconds outside of that window. And Godspeed here, I believe it's only a 3 seconds on he would come out behind Pod Racer.
Yes, 3-second penalty for Godspeed.
Oh no, he would come out behind Winter.
Yes, behind Winter. But with Winter's penalties as well, dropping him down.
Yeah, God Racer still God Racer. I just combined like three drivers' names there. Godspeed. Looks like he's still here for a net P3, I believe.
Oh, yes, easily.
I mean, ooh, he might even be able to come out ahead of Winter if he pits now. Maybe. How long is the average pit stop here?
That is a
25 seconds, I believe.
yeah, definitely around 25 seconds with the long straight, very long straightaway in the pits. Definitely looking at about 25 seconds per pit stop.
So if that is about right and Godspeed nails his entry and nails everything here, he should come out in front of Winter. He'll come out behind Pod in front of Winter.
I mean, Winter's really stretching
Oh,
these
he might come out in
hards.
front of Pod. No, he won't come back. Yes. Am I tripping? He might come out in front of Pod. And then he'll be in a net P2. Because Pod also has a 3-second penalty. So keep an eye on what Godspeed decides to do here. This could be very interesting.
I mean, 5 laps
I
to
hope he
go.
doesn't.
Is he going to stretch
Ooh,
these
with a
hards to 5
soft
laps?
as well. With a soft as well. This could go really. He stretched it so long. He is one of the few drivers now that could actually make a soft work viably. I think a soft here, if he pits this lap or next. Oh, he's got to pit now because he's coming out behind Pod Racer now.
Yeah, he would
Just
have
behind Pod
to.
Racer.
He would have to pit on the softs now. Let's see what he does coming up.
He would have to pit softs. He could go mediums. Whatever tire he's changing onto, realistically, he has to go now. Because if he doesn't go now, I'm pretty sure he'll come out behind Pod Racer. And you don't want to be involved. By that logic, you'll be coming out side by side with Winter.
And he's
And that's just not
into
what you
the
want when
pits.
you're battling these net positions. Good job. I think that's a great strategy call. And has he managed to make it stretch to softs? Well, I mean, he's got fresh softs, right?
He should
Unlike
have
a
it.
lot of drivers on this grid, he didn't qualify. He's got fresh softs. Has he made the call to go to softs? No, he's got
Mediums.
mediums. He's played it safe. But where's he coming out at? Keep an eye on the mini map. See where Pod Racer, they're coming through the main straight now. This is going to be close. This is going to be tight. He comes out the pit lane ahead of them, but they're going to carry so much overspeed into turn one. And they're going to be battling a net P2 here. What a brilliant strategy from Godspeed. We focus so much on the undercut here. We never even considered the overcut. He's got himself from 16th to 2nd. Phenomenal job. And this is a net 2nd because Pod Racer has a 3-second penalty and everyone behind him has margins more than that. But let's not forget to give our credits to one Jay-Z, right, Greg? He's had a great race. 16 seconds clear. If you include a penalty, 19 seconds clear on lap 23. That's on average, like, he's just done a phenomenal job
Oh
here.
yeah, one of the cleanest drives out here today. I mean, just holding his line, making zero mistakes, and he has been on pace the entire day, not letting that.
He has not been on pace, he has been the pace.
He has been the pace, even with that issue that he had at the beginning of the race, dragging him down to what, eighth place. He has still been focusing on his race and his race alone, and it's paid off.
I think the two winners of today are Jay-Z, and I think the patience still race, even after what looked like his race was ruined. I hope we can, for next week, have some more insight, have some clips or some footage of what happened into turn one. We can explain better what happened. But for now, I can just take my hat off and fair play. What a fight back to one Jay-Z and Godspeed.
I completely agree with you on that end.
Also, I think Godspeed and I think Winter and Pod uh fighting a little bit much in creating a gap to Godspeed. Winter's dropped the pace. Winter's dropped the second now though, so that should end. They came out all in a muddle when Godspeed came out the pits. It seems like he's capitalized on it. He's played his strategy really well, even with tires that are 2 laps younger. I mean, no one's made the softs work really, so I don't blame him for going for the mediums.
That is true. That is true. We've seen a few drivers try the softs, and it doesn't seem like they've gained any more advantage than the mediums do. Caution through sector 1. Looks like we have a Red Bull stop. Red Bull picking up.
I don't think it'll be a safety car. It's just a yellow flag. And to be fair, good job to all of these drivers for having no incidents great enough for a safety car. Yeah, we've had some track warnings, but there's been a lot of wheel to wheel, and it shows that this league is clean enough to not cause any safety cars on the regular. Qatar, no safety cars. There was a VSC at the start, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. But
Yes, I believe there was a VSC, but no VSC through probably one of the hardest turn 1, turn 2s starts on the grid.
And the VSC at Qatar was a rare sim racing mechanical fault, right?
Yes, because we had that driver who did not.
Yes.
He had the technical difficulties. He disconnected and his car was just sitting on the track. Yes.
So wheel to wheel, like right now, this league is showing class. I think, especially when you look at the front, Jay-Z and Pod Racer kept it classy before Pod Racer's mistake, and I hope we have footage of that for next week as well. It might not be what he wants to share, an embarrassing mistake when he is fighting for his first win in the league, but to console him, it's been no fault of his own. I mean, until I see footage of that, of course, but I do believe it'll come eventually. He came so close in Qatar. He's come so close here. It's only around the corner. With a few rounds left, I believe he can do it.
Yeah, and then as we finish out these last 2 laps, just going to go on board with Give Me One Jay-Z as he just finishes the phenomenal race that he had here this weekend. Holding his line.
Execution. This is the kind of execution we were praising Winter for through Silverstone and Austria, right? But
Absolutely.
the difference is here, and not to discredit Winter. He had real pressure on him from Pod Racer throughout this whole lap. He had the mistake into turn 1, 2, 3, or 4. I can't really remember, but he fought back from 8th to 1st and made. And granted, this massive gap is because the only other drivers on pace with him were making massive mistakes, but he hasn't made those massive mistakes. He's P1 from consistency and pace. And as he comes through to lap another driver on his final lap, He should be so proud of this win. It's so well done. And this is going to put him right in title contention.
Oh no, absolutely. Very, very phenomenal drive. Very much earned on his end. And as he comes to the last few turns of his final lap, all he can do is pat himself on the back and just know that he earned this first place finish. Very well done from him. Very well done. Godspeed finishing second place. It looks like he's going to hold on to that.
Comeback from his race.
Third place track finish Winter, but with his penalty, it looks like the pod racer is going to take third place in our top three, being Give Me One Jay-Z, Godspeed, and not Winter, my mistake, pod racer.
I mean, Pod will be very happy. I mean, congratulations quickly to Give Me One Jay-Z as he crosses the line. But Pod should still be happy he gets a podium out of this. But he'll be heartbroken it's not a win. And then you have people on the flip side, like Godspeed, who you go on... Well, he's crossed the line now. Godspeed, who... I mean, look at this. Our P1 came from 8th to win. P2 came from 18th to win.
Yeah,
17th, 16th to win. No, sorry, there's not even 18 drivers. P2 came from 16th to win. And P3 on track came from 17th to win. So it's been a great race. Truly. Exciting drama in every corner. But at the end then, when the car starts to lose grip, when the goings get tough and the pressure builds, we really saw class from the top two especially.
Absolutely great stuff coming out from these drivers here today. Next week, going to be a phenomenal week. Looking forward to that as well. As Give Me One Jay-Z finishes up his victory lap, we will take a look at the standings where the drivers finish. Look at that celebration.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing the same thing in real life right now.
Absolutely. First place, Give Me One Jay-Z. Amazing. And now we take a look at our race winner, Give Me One Jay-Z. Fastest lap coming from Winter.
With 13 seconds of penalties, driver of the day is crazy to me. Driver of the day clearly is Give Me One Jay-Z. Then followed by Godspeed.
I completely agree with you there. Most overtakes coming from Winter, and cleanest driver, Give Me One Jay-Z. Like we were saying, no penalties on his end, just running his own race. At the end of the race, we're looking at first place, Give Me One Jay-Z. Second place, Godspeed. Third place, Pod Racer. Fourth place, Winter. Fifth, Gold Killer. Sixth, O King. Seventh, They Call Me Dr. J. Eighth, Laser Blaster. Ninth, Alpha. 10th, Insurrection. 11th, Chase. 12th, Grego. 13th, Illuminati. Well, let me scroll down any more than that. That's unfortunate. And 14th place, That Boy Dan. And that is all we have for you guys tonight. That concludes our race. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much.
And y'all have an amazing evening.